Women over 60, there is something quietly powerful about the very first moments of your morning. Before the world pulls you into noise, before habits run on autopilot, before your body decides whether today will be a day of strength or decline. What you do in that first hour after waking is not neutral. It is a signal. And that signal can either accelerate muscle loss or begin reversing it. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle that comes with age, does not arrive suddenly. It creeps in silently. 1 year you feel a little weaker climbing stairs. A few years later, balance feels uncertain. Eventually, many women find themselves dependent on walkers, canes, or other people. And often, it all traces back not to a single illness, but to daily routines that unknowingly worked against their bodies. This may sound dramatic, but it is not exaggeration. Decades of research in geriatric medicine show that muscle loss is one of the strongest predictors of falls, fractures, disability, and early mortality in older adults. And yet, most women are never taught how to protect their muscles in the simplest, most practical ways. Today, I want to share with you 10 morning habits. Each one takes 30 seconds or less. None require a gym. None require expensive supplements. And when practiced consistently, they can dramatically slow, stop, and even reverse muscle loss. One of these habits is so powerful that leading geriatricians now consider it a cornerstone of healthy aging. And yet, most women have never heard of it. I've spent over 2 decades working with older adults struggling with muscle loss, weakness, and declining independence. I've seen what happens when these habits are ignored. And I've seen what happens when they're embraced. Before we begin, let me tell you about Sophie. When Sophie was 61, she noticed something unsettling. Friends her age were slowing down. Some were diagnosed with diabetes, others with heart disease. Some struggled with memory, others with weak legs and frequent falls. These were capable women, intelligent women, the women who had lived full lives. And yet their bodies seemed to be giving up on them far too soon. Today, Sophie is 90 years old. She walks without assistance. She climbs stairs on her own. She still drives. People often assume she's decades younger than she is. And no, she doesn't spend hours in the gym. Her secret wasn't genetics either. Her twin brother passed away before 70. Longevity didn't run in her family. What changed Sophie's life was a series of small morning habits she learned at a health conference in her early 60s. They weren't extreme. They weren't trendy. But they sent a powerful message to her body every single morning: rebuild, not break down. When I asked Sophie what made the biggest difference, she didn't hesitate. My mornings, she said. What I do before the day takes over. Let's begin. The first habit is eating a protein-rich breakfast. After a night of sleep, your body is in a fasted state. For hours, it has had no incoming nutrients. During this time, muscle breakdown quietly accelerates. This is especially true after the age of 60, when the body becomes less efficient at preserving lean tissue. If you wake up and skip breakfast or rely only on coffee and toast, muscle breakdown continues. But when you eat enough protein early in the day, you flip a biological switch called muscle protein synthesis. This tells your body to repair and rebuild muscle instead of dismantling it. Research from leading geriatric nutrition experts shows that failing to eat protein in the morning can accelerate muscle loss by as much as 30%. That is not a small difference. Over years, it becomes the difference between strength and frailty. I once worked with a woman named Martha. At 74, she struggled with weak legs and constant fatigue. Stairs frightened her. Her doctors feared she would soon need a walker. She hadn't changed her diet in decades, often skipping breakfast or eating very little. Her only change was this: within 30 minutes of waking, she began eating a protein-rich breakfast. Eggs, Greek yogurt, seeds, sometimes turkey or cottage cheese, nothing fancy. Within 2 months, her leg strength improved. She walked more confidently. Her energy returned. When her family asked what supplement she was taking, she laughed. Breakfast, she said, aim for at least 25 to 30 grams of protein in the morning. This is not the time for empty calories. This is the time for real fuel. Make it non-negotiable. Your muscles are waiting. The second habit is resistance movement shortly after waking. Muscles are responsive tissue. They listen to signals. And one of the strongest signals you can give them is gentle resistance. You do not need weights. You do not need a gym. Simple movements, standing from a chair, wall push-ups, squats while holding onto a counter, can dramatically increase muscle protein synthesis for the next 24 hours. Studies show that even a few minutes of resistance movement in the morning can increase muscle building signals by over 40%. That is extraordinary for such a small investment of time. Linda was 69 when she came to me after multiple falls. She had tried supplements, therapy, and special shoes. What helped most was 5 minutes each morning of bodyweight movements. Within weeks, her balance improved, her confidence returned, even her sleep got better. 5 minutes. That is all it takes to remind your muscles that they are needed. The third habit is morning sunlight for vitamin D. Vitamin D is not just about bones. It is essential for muscle strength, balance, and coordination. And the best way to activate it is through early sunlight exposure. Most older adults are deficient in vitamin D, especially those who stay indoors in the morning. This deficiency dramatically increases the risk of falls and fractures. Morning sunlight, 10 to 15 minutes, stimulates natural vitamin D production and supports muscle function. Even on cloudy days, outdoor light is far more powerful than indoor lighting. Helen was 72 when she feared losing her independence due to fragile bones and weak legs. Her doctor suggested morning sunlight. Within 2 months, her balance improved, her confidence returned, she began walking in her garden again without fear. Light is medicine, and it is free. The fourth habit is hydration with electrolytes. After hours of sleep, your body is mildly dehydrated. Without electrolytes, minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium, muscles cannot contract efficiently. Nerves misfire. Balance suffers. Hydrating with electrolytes in the morning has been shown to preserve muscle function and reduce dizziness and falls. Clara, 79, often felt weak and lightheaded in the mornings. Her simple solution was a glass of water with a pinch of natural salt and lemon upon waking. Within weeks, her cramps faded. Her balance improved. Water alone is not always enough. Your muscles need minerals to function. The fifth habit is omega-3 intake. Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation and directly support muscle repair. Without them, muscles become resistant to growth signals, even with protein and exercise. Older adults who consume adequate omega-3 show slower muscle loss and better strength. Barbara, 73, noticed weakness and stiffness creeping into her daily life. By adding omega-3 rich foods and a supplement to her mornings, she regained strength and energy within months. Food can be medicine when chosen wisely. The sixth habit is managing morning stress. Stress hormones like cortisol peak in the morning. When they remain elevated, they promote muscle breakdown instead of repair. Simple morning stress-reducing practices, slow breathing, gratitude, stillness can lower cortisol and protect muscle tissue. Rose, 74, struggled with tension and fatigue. 2 minutes of morning breathing transformed her energy and strength over time. Calm is not a luxury. It is biological protection. The seventh habit is intentional breathing and mindfulness. Controlled breathing increases oxygen delivery, improves neuromuscular coordination, and reduces inflammation. It connects mind and muscle in a very real physiological way. Margaret, 75, practiced 5 minutes of breathing and visualization each morning. Within weeks, her balance and confidence improved. Your nervous system sets the tone for your muscles. The eighth habit is collagen intake through bone broth. Collagen supports connective tissue, joints, and muscle integrity. Bone broth is one of the richest natural sources. Helen, 71, struggled with stiffness and weakness. A daily cup of bone broth eased her pain and restored strength over time. Muscles do not work alone. They rely on the tissues that support them. The ninth habit is morning social connection. Loneliness increases inflammation and accelerates muscle loss. Connection lowers stress hormones and supports movement. Jane, 76, began calling a friend each morning. Her mood lifted, her activity increased, her strength followed. Human connection is a biological need. The 10th habit is choosing leucine-rich beverages over coffee. Leucine is a powerful amino acid that stimulates muscle protein synthesis. While coffee stimulates the mind, leucine feeds the muscle. Replacing coffee with leucine-rich teas or smoothies can significantly improve muscle preservation. Linda swapped her coffee for a nutrient-rich tea and noticed steadier energy and stronger legs. Your muscles respond to what you feed them. These habits are not complicated. They are not extreme, but they are powerful because they send a consistent message to your body: stay strong. You do not need to do all of them at once. Start with one, then another. Small changes practiced daily reshape your future. Every morning is a vote for strength or decline, independence or dependence. Your future self is listening. If you found this helpful, stay connected. Share it with someone you love. Strength is one of the greatest gifts we can preserve, not just for ourselves, but for those who rely on us.